It was August 27th, 2012. Standing on the banks of the Ganges at the Ramakrishna Math, Belur, I whispered a prayer to my God in gratitude for this day and every day that has passed, bringing me here, and every moment that awaits to carry me higher, deeper and beyond. In gratitude to my parents, my revered Guru Mahatreya, my family, my friends, my team, my entire support system. In gratitude to the Divine Three, Sri Ramakrishna, Sharada Mata and Swami Vivekananda, for entrusting the making of this 52-part television serial on the life of Swami Vivekananda to me. In surrender to the divine play that at once makes me proud and humble, smile and tear, be exuberant and yet dissolve so deeply into that core. I have no clue why I was chosen to direct the serial, my return after 10 long years. I have no clue how it will unfold, feels like a dream. And I most certainly don't know in what all ways my life will change, living in such close proximity to the thoughts of such an inspiring soul, Swami Vivekananda. I pray, my dear divine friend, let that holy spark inspire each and every one of my audience into a healthy, worldly, happy, blissful and peaceful life. May that divine energy revive the spirit of India. May that story help us understand that each one of us has a role to play in the becoming of humanity. In surrender and faith that my dreams will come true. The very first schedule was elevating in so many ways. The entire project spread across 22 months. The year-long telecast coincided with the 150th birth anniversary celebrations across the globe, with the last episode providentially being telecast on July 5th, 2014, the day after Swamiji's Mahasamadhi. My first exposure to Swami Vivekananda was when I was in college, an essay titled The Secret of Work from his Chicago address. Then it was intellectual curiosity, trying to understand his thought processes. 20 years later, when I was asked to direct a television serial on the life of Swami Vivekananda for Krishna Swami Associates, I was thrilled. The impact of Swami Vivekananda on the intellect of man has been well exposed. However, to me the thrill in the making of this serial was the opportunity to connect with his feelings and emotions. What were his doubts? How did he feel when he was with his Guru Sri Ramakrishna? What must have been his most dominant feeling as he stood in front of the delegates of the Chicago conference, representing an ancient wisdom he had truly experienced and not merely read about? My personal journey evolved from intellectual understanding to experiencing life through the eyes of Swami Vivekananda. I remember a story from the Ramayana. Ravana had captured Sita and had donned many a role to try and capture her heart, blessed as he was to take any form, but in vain. Ravana's ministers suggest to him, why not don the garb of Rama, for Sita would yield only to Rama's form. Ravana immediately replies, oh, I did try that, but the purity of Rama is such that when I merely take his form for a few seconds, I am unable to even think anything wrong. To me, this entire series has been a cleansing experience, where those few moments trying to experience the world through the eyes of the enlightened trio of Sri Ramakrishna, Sharada Mata and Swami Vivekananda has transformed the way I live my life. As a director, I have attempted to translate the feelings in such a way that when you watch the life of Narendra unfold, the magical moments of his life's experiences can flow through all of us to lead us to a better way of life. The treatise on the Sanatana Dharma, his transformation from agnostic philosophies to enlightened master, his walk through the doubts of a human to the courage of divinity, his earthly cries and heavenly pleas, his innocent smile and fiery eyes. Everything about Swami Vivekananda has a vibrating urgency to spread the fire of life. But to me, the most dominant feel will remain his surrender to the goddess and his devotion to his master. Living through the moment of Sri Ramakrishna shedding tears when he sees Narendra visiting him for the first time on the banks of the Ganges. As I stood in the very same corridor they must have stood 100 odd years ago, it made my eyes brim with unshed tears. What a spirit he must have been to create a desire in his enlightened master to crave for such a disciple. The moments when the master visits his disciples' home because he cannot seem to stay away. The times when the master travels to uninvited places, ignoring insults, just to see his blessed disciple. The questions Naren asks, refusing to take his master's words, wanting proof, wanting experiences, wanting validations. The sheer magnificence of that relationship, if it can even be called that, of the Guru and his Sishya, is purifying to say the very least. After such excitement in Naren's visits, for several weeks in a row, the master ignores him. But that doesn't change anything for Naren. When Sri Ramakrishna asks, "I have ignored you for so long, why do you still come?" Naren replies with a smile, "I respect you and love being in your presence. How can what you do or not do change that for me?" The master smiles to himself. His disciple is indeed very mature. One sequence I found hard to direct was when Naren asks his master for a divine experience. The master has been unwell and the disciples stay with him to look after him. Every one of his 12 disciples had divine experiences during that time. Every one except Naren. He observes how others seem to slip into a trance, weep with gratitude, sing and dance in ecstasy. But he himself has no such experiences. In the early morning hours, he goes to his master and says, "Everyone seems to have such divine experiences. Why am I alone, not having any of them?" Sri Ramakrishna reminds him that he had indeed given Naren such an experience of Nirvikalpa Samadhi earlier and assures him many more will follow. But Naren is not convinced. He wants to have it again, now. He requests his master to help him slip into such a state. The master replies, "Let me get well. I will help you with that experience then." And Naren's reply made me pause. I could deeply relate to his answer, the innocence, the anxiety, the sheer longing to feel one with the divine. And yet his words can easily be construed as selfish, petty, and certainly not becoming of the revered, enlightened soul we have constructed in our human minds. It is so difficult to attribute human qualities to one who has already gained divine ones. Yet human he indeed was, not just then, even when he stood stranded in a foreign soil with no clue where his next meal would come from. When he stood in front of the audience of the Parliament of Religions in Chicago, having postponed his talk 3 times right through the inaugural day. When he lost his sister in suicide. When he got trapped with a bunch of Narabali human sacrifices. And so many more times right through his life. He was never not human. He just ensured every human experience, through the choices he made, nudged him closer to divinity. He fought for women's emancipation with his own sisters when his own sister fell prey to torture in his marital home. He ensured people understood the true meaning of being spiritual is rising beyond both routine rituals and entertaining miracles. It was only for the elevation of the human spirit. He turned every personal loss and experience to a better understanding to help the whole of humanity. Let me get well. I will help you with that experience, says Sri Ramakrishna. The longing for his union with the divine makes Naren reply, what if you die before you can give me that experience? Give it to me right now. The craving, the crying from the very depth of his being pours out as words to his master. The master wonders, does he really think I'm just this body? Doesn't he yet realize that whether embodied or not, I will continue to carry him through? Seeing the deep longing in his disciples' eyes, the master asks, what exactly do you want? Naren replies, I just want to be in that state of trance and nirvikalpa samadhi forever. Occasionally, I should regain the waking state to just look after this body and keep it alive. But for the rest of the time, I simply want to be lost in that divine experience. Sri Ramakrishna's words are a whiplash on his ardent Sishya. I thought you were a much more loving soul, that you could see the pitiable condition of your fellow human beings, realize that they don't even know how to live life, are unable to find peace anywhere, that you will help them understand true divinity, redeem them from the clutches of the devil, of animalistic thoughts and rituals, that you will be a leader among men to transform the way humanity awakens to divine possibilities. Oh, but you seem to have only a personal agenda. You're simply here for your own salvation. How very, very disappointing. As I read the lines from my script, my heart literally cried. I could feel with Naren. I could sense his longing, his desire for nothing else but union with the goddess. I almost whispered to Sri Ramakrishna in my mind, please, don't be so harsh on him. That's not what he meant. If I, who merely reads the story, can feel so deeply, would the master not have known? Sri Ramakrishna's words make Naren freeze. In a whisper, with just his eyes flooding and the rest of him locked in a statue, he replies, I'm not seeking this because I want to run away. I'm not seeking this because I want to run away. But I don't think I have it in me to be the kind of leader you think I will be. I don't think I'm capable of awakening humanity to light. Sri Ramakrishna tenderly holds Naren's face in his palm, looks deeply into his eyes to say, trust me, you were born to transform this world, and that state that you ask me today will be a permanent state in your life, a state you can attain at your will, anytime. The Master knows. Yes, the Master knows. Not in the way we comprehend knowing as in words or images, but a knowing from deep within his soul, unfettered by time and space. It is not like a prediction for the future locked in time, but an inner knowing that transcends language, logic, or desire. It is not a process, bells ring and lights come on time. It is not a hypothesis or even a visualization. It is a knowing that tells him one of his sheep has grazed far away. O Narendra, I salute you not because you became a Swami Vivekananda showcasing my culture to the world. I salute you not because you brought spirituality away from the caves to the common man. I salute you because in your surrender to your master, in your elevation from an agnostic youth to the most renowned disciple, in your willingness to be molded from a questioning intelligent to a receptive reservoir for the eternal wisdom to flow, in your devotion with which you uttered every syllable of your master's name, in your being the Narendra to Sri Ramakrishna, so that a Swami Vivekananda could be revealed. You have made my being blossom to the possibility that awaits with every step I take in becoming a better disciple. Thank you so much.